Hi, my name is BREGJE and you are watching Estona tutorials. And if you are watching this video, you are not currently on my subscriber feed, so you can watch a part of this video, but if you want to get the full experience, then please hop on over to Patreon and you can find me at patreon.com/Estona_tutorials. I hope I'll see you there. So today we are finally going to solder. Before we start, I'm going to show you everything you need for this lesson. Of course, a torch, some metal practice plates, silver solder, and I am using hard, medium and easy solder, a soldering block, flux and a brush, a lighter, a jar of water, your pickle solution and a pair of copper pliers, a soldering pick, a pair of titanium tweezers, some cutting pliers, some sanding paper and your jeweler's saw with a candlestick to lubricate your saw blade. Soldering is nothing more than connecting two metal parts together by adding a liquid, and we are going to use silver solder to connect these two parts, and if we make a decent and a nice soldering joint, then the two parts will form one new whole. So to make sure that these two pieces connect perfectly, I'm going to take my file, which I forgot to mention in my introduction, and I'm going to take off a bit here, just to make this a perfect straight angled line. You can see that there isn't any light coming in between these two pieces, and it's a perfect fit, and only with a fit like this can you create a perfect soldering joint. Before you can solder, you have to make sure that the surface that you want to solder and the solder itself are perfectly clean. Dirt, oil from your hands and oxidation can prevent your solder from flowing and creating that perfect soldering joint we are looking for. So I have a very fine grit sanding paper and I'm just running it over the parts where I want to solder, and I'm doing the same for the other part. Now it's very easy. Just keep your flame on there until a little red dot appears, and if it doesn't, alter the height of your torch, and you can do so by moving your torch up and down. And here you can see some soldering from up close. I am warming up my plate before I am adding the flux, in my case the borexine. And I will continue to add borexine until I'm absolutely sure that the entire soldering seam is covered with it. And again, if I was working with silver, I would coat my entire piece with borexine to prevent it from getting fire scale. But with gold, and in this case with brass, I can focus only on the soldering seam. I am making sure that the pieces are connected perfectly, so I'm sliding them together a bit with my tweezers. And in the corner here you can see me picking up a piece of hard solder with my soldering pick. And I am placing it exactly in the middle of my plates. And although it wasn't on purpose, here you can see what will happen if you overheat one part of the piece instead of evenly heating both pieces. My solder will flow, but it will flow onto the hottest part. Luckily you can still fix your mistakes by moving your flame over to the other part and guiding the solder with your flame and giving it a hand by using your soldering pick. I'm going to add one more piece of solder, and I'm going to pay more attention that I'm evenly heating up my piece. Use the hottest part of your flame, and as you can see, then the solder will flow perfectly.